Hello, welcome to Ben's Miniatures. I'm Ben, and these are my minis. And today I'll be showcasing all the Space Wolves from Warhammer 40k 2nd edition, some 3rd edition, some Rogue Trader that I've painted in this last year since getting back into the hobby. We'll just start. This is, I believe it's 3rd edition, but it's Logan Grimnar. I'll just keep going with the commands. So here's Ulrich the Slayer. Unfortunately, it isn't a wolf-headed backpack. I used that on one of the other models. But if I maybe find one on eBay, I'll maybe take it off and replace it. Hopefully I'll get one with a banner pole. It's Ulrich. Yeah. It's Iron Priest, is it? I love painting this mini. So much intricate little details with the wires. And fun challenge to paint. Here's his one of his servitors to go with him. I painted this quite recently. Again, this was quite fun to paint, all the little wires. Yeah. Here's Ragnar Blackmane, or Blonde Mane, maybe. Yeah. With a proper backpack this time, a wolf-headed backpack with 2 banner poles. Still to do the banners. I might write Kraken on his chainsword now. I was a bit inexperienced doing freehand at the time when I painted this, but I feel a bit more confident now, so I'll maybe go back and paint on the Kraken and runes. Here we've got a Rogue Trader Lehman Russ. I believe this was the first Primarch model to ever come out. I do have these wolves, but they just haven't been painted yet. Funny to think of a Primarch being so small. Like, look. Primarch Lehman Russ, same height as a servitor. Now we've got Njal Stormcaller, a Rune Priest with Space Wolves. Again, he's got a correct backpack, but I think the banner pole was snipped off. So maybe fix that with a little kitbash. Again, this was a really fun model to paint. I've actually just gotten my made to order from GW and got the rest of the Rune Priests. This one's obviously still to be painted, but this is a Rune Priest in Terminator armour. So I'm quite looking forward to painting this. I do like painting Terminators. Right, now we'll move on to some of the squads. Start off with the Long Fangs, Heavy Weapons Squad. So these are painted in a bit of a darker blue-grey. Example, like here's a side-by-side comparison. I do actually prefer a lighter one to the darker one. I think it looks more 2nd edition, being more bright. The missile guy. Now, I think you can see they're not maybe the best freehand. Should maybe go over up flames again. Another thin coat. Here's a Long Fang Sergeant. Oh, their eyes never look good in camera. missile guy. Need to get Microsoft and Microset for doing the decals on them. Keep forgetting. So here's the last cannon guy. I think this is the best looking mini, a lot of them. Maybe the sergeant, but definitely appreciate look at this older guy. Move on to the Grey Hunters. I think this was actually the first test model I did for my Space Wolves. I think it's just a normal Space Marine model. I just painted the Space Wolves colours, try out the scheme. Oh, missed bit on the ram. Now, here's the sergeant for the Grey Hunters. So I've currently got a backpack because I was going to order a Space Wolves themed on with like a banner pole to hopefully put on them. I've just never got around to it. Again, I could probably paint him a lot better now. So the rest of these guys, these are actually the original metal bodies. I've just kitbashed them with more modern parts for arms. Like a more modern looking kind of Space Wolves power sword. And bolt gun, or bolt, whatever it is. Bolt pistol. Yeah, modern power fist. But it is an old flamer. Metal flamer. I think this is actually an orc shoulder pad. Maybe a Rogue Trader orc shoulder pad. It's definitely not a Space Wolves one. Again, another guy, metal body, old metal 1992 metal body and modern plastic arms. I do really like to look at these power swords, especially with the runes etched in them. They look really good. Couple of the Wolf Guard in normal armour. And a more modern plastic right arm. The rest of the sculpt, I think, is just one piece apart from the backpack. This is probably one of my favourite looking miniatures. I just think it's got a cool pose. It just looks cool. Rule of cool. Yeah, not too bad in freehand. I probably need to go over the black a bit more. It's definitely looking a bit faded now. If we get it into focus, here we go. Bit of freehand on the shoulder pads, I think. Not too bad. Not too bad. Getting there. Yeah, a Wolf Scout Sergeant. Fine, easy model to paint. It's pretty much one piece again, apart from the backpack. It's probably my favourite thing about old metal sculpts. A lot of just single metal models without just stick any bits on. It makes them easier to paint, I think. Here's a Blood Claw Sergeant with chainsaw and a power fist. Yeah, maybe getting a bit better with a free hand than a sword. Maybe not so much in a shoulder pad this time. I probably shouldn't have done it all the way across. Maybe should have stopped like here. Leave a point here. So these bunch of Blood Claws, these are all metal miniatures again with the plastic arms, and I believe these are all plastic heads because I think when I got them, I didn't realise when I bought them, but the heads had been chopped off, so I had to kit bash quite a few heads on. But I batch painted these. I don't even think I highlighted these really, so it's something I'll need to go back and do. I don't actually do much batch painting. I tend to just paint model by model. Well, this guy is completely plastic. Power fist and bolt pistol again. This guy's plastic as well. Yeah, multi-melter. Oh, his face looks horrible under on a camera. Needs improvement. This is another metal one with plastic arms. A plastic head. Yeah, there's no real highlights on these, which I'll need to update. And last but not least, we've got Wolfguard Terminators. I believe, is it this one? Yep. This was a test model. I guess it's actually a Rogue Trader Terminator. Yep, definitely Rogue Trader. Just to try out the scheme. But I'm pretty impressed with myself with a free hand on a chain fist. For me, it's good. Yeah. Another one, but this is, I think, a second edition Terminator rather than Rogue Trader. Again, it's in a darker blue. Wolfguard Terminator Sergeant. I think he usually has a power sword, but for whatever reason, I didn't get that arm, so I just chucked her a chain fist. Now, these guys look more Codex compliant, I think, with a lighter shade. I think it definitely makes them look more second edition. Last Terminator, is that an autocannon? Feel free to correct me for anything I've got wrong in the video. Here's one of the works in progress. It's Bjorn Fell-Handed. Solid metal lump. And I've got a tar bike here that I'm going to use for my Space Wolves. It came assembled and I'm quite scared to tear it apart in case I just ruin it. So I might just try and strip the paint off and then prime it and see how much I can get painted, but it'll be a bit of a challenge. I'm up for a challenge. Right, so that's all the Space Wolves that I've painted so far this year. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe. All the usual YouTube things. Have a Merry Christmas and goodbye.